So good day all and welcome to the South African lawn. Okay, so as you've probably just seen in the clip title, the topic for today's video is bare patches in our lawns. And the inspiration for this topic comes directly from our Facebook page called Lawn Care Nuts South Africa. So I've seen a ton of people post pictures on there asking questions regarding bare patches in our lawns. So today I'm going to talk about a couple of the scenarios and different things that you can do to improve it and why they occur or happen. So if you are interested, stick around. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. There could be a million reasons why we've got bare patches in our lawns. I'm not going to cover all of them in this video. Today I'm going to have a look at the different types of bare patches that I've got in my lawn, or the different reasons why I've got bare patches in my lawn. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to waste no further time. Let's have a look at what's going on. Okay, so the first area that we're going to tackle is this Kikuyu lawn of mine. So the most scenarios that I've seen on the Facebook page was on Kikuyu, or was with Kikuyu. So I just want to show you the first one I want to talk about along this wall right there, also right there, and definitely there. After the renovation, it hasn't filled in like perfectly yet, and the biggest reason for that is, as you can see there, let me just get out of the sun here. I've got an overhanging roof, so that overhangs by approximately a meter, and in most of your rainfalls the water just comes straight down, and that meter, or depends on the angle of the rain obviously, but stays dry, and that's why it doesn't fill in. So that's probably the only benefit that you'll get from like irrigation compared to rain. That's the reason why that doesn't fill in. So I might want to think about like once a week just coming and hand watering these areas, and they should do fine. Okay, so back on the KBG, and as you can see, there's obviously that massive bare patch and a little one there because of that pre-emergent that I spilled. So unfortunately that has died off like completely. There's almost nothing coming back. So these I actually left. Okay, so hold on, let me talk about that first. So when I did the seeding of this lawn, we had massive downpours of rain, and a lot of the seed has washed away. That's a big problem, but it has left me with some like recovering capabilities because of the seed wash away, because they grew some seed in areas that I didn't want to. So like in the cracks of these walls here, I just want to show you, like in here, those I took out now. The Kentucky blue actually grew in. So so a lot of the times when I've got a small bare patch, I just take those out and I stick them in there like I've done right here, and they start to creep. Okay, I haven't had a bare patch of this size yet, so they'll start to creep in. I must say Kentucky blue, such a great grass type. It does actually creep in and fill in quite nicely, because my dog's wee also kills the lawn, and I've never filled in one of those, and all of them disappear within about 2 to 3 weeks, getting smaller, 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 poof, closed. Okay, another area that I actually forgot about is this one right here. My lawn was supposed to end there. I only put seed down up to about there, and that is all extra grass that I've got, and I left it there on purpose, not thinking that I would ever deal with this, but I think, actually forgot about it, but I think I might actually take some chunks of grass out there and stick them in there, because we've got temperatures in excess of 30 almost every single day. We do get rain, but in excess of 30 every single day, and getting seed to grow in this weather with wind and like 34 degrees is just impossible. I cannot think I would succeed with that, so I'll have to wait for winter, or I'll have to take some chunkies there and put them in there. Yep, so I got caught up in the middle of that video, and then later that day it started pouring down with rain for like the last million days. So I haven't had a chance to finish this video, so this has probably been the best weather that we've had since, and that's been like 5 days. But we're very thankful for the rain. We had about 100 mils of rain the last 5 days, like soft rain continuously, like not an hour stopped raining. But anyways, let's get back to this video. So I just want to talk about this bare patch quickly. This was like a big bare patch, like from there all the way there, and then I added in like 2 small chunks of Kikuyu, and it started spreading. There's actually one, and I think the other one was there somewhere. So the grass is starting to fill in nice there. So yes, today I want to talk about the bare patches, and I'm going to take you to my biggest one now, and we're going to see if we can repair that over the next couple of weeks or months or even the whole season. Let's see how far we get. Okay, so this area right here is the biggest bare patch that I've got on this lawn, and this is the one that I'm going to tackle now. So actually that whole area right there was a bare patch, and I decided to go ahead and make that a garden bed. And the main reason for my bare patch here is quite obvious, and that is these trees here. So Kikuyu, the 2 biggest threats for bare patches, or reasons for bare patches, is either shade, because it does not like shade at all, and the next thing is traffic. So it's either shade or traffic, and then the 2 combined is just a killer for Kikuyu. So yep, let's look how we can recover this area. Okay, so look at this, the beautiful stuff that's been lying here for a day. So yes, I actually had to give my lawn a wet cut. Yeah, I know, kill me for it, I don't really care. So I know I've been bragging about, yes, you can grow Kikuyu just from grass clippings, so I'm going to try it today and see how far we get. But before we get to that, we might want to work on that initial problem. There's no point in growing grass and then it's just going to die off again in the next season because of these trees. So I'm going to get my shears, I'm going to cut back this tree a little bit, even if it's, and I want to cut it open completely because I've got some windows right behind there. There's the street, so I still want some privacy. I like to leave my curtains open and those type of things. So I'm going to trim back this tree a little bit so that by midday it gets some sun, and then it thrives in the afternoon sun. I've got some areas that has a fair amount of success just with a couple of hours of sunlight during the day, because this area doesn't get traffic at all. So the main reason for it being dead is definitely shade. Okay, so one thing you do want to keep in mind is there's no point in like trimming this tree on this side, because I know the sun goes down like directly somewhere there. So this part that is shaded out, so let me just get to it, right there. So I need to cut the trees like basically from that line there. So I'm not going to cut off the whole branch because, like I say, I want to keep my privacy, but I want to like trim it out and thin it out so a lot of the sunlight gets through from that angle, poof, onto the ground or the soil there. Okay, so now I've trimmed back, I think more or less enough of this tree. I've opened it up quite a lot, and this is Africa sun, boys. So, you know, the sun is quite brutal. So I haven't cut back that much, but I did open up more or less that whole line there that falls on there. There I'm still going to have an issue. That's something to work on later, but I'm more worried about that area. Might do a garden bed there, because obviously getting that stump removed is gonna cost me to cut down the whole tree, and that I'm not doing. And okay, so I've bragged about how you can grow a lawn from clippings. So here's the truth, boys. It's definitely doable. I've seen them do it at the golf course many a times. I've had some success, or I've seen some areas that fill in just from clippings in the past as well. So I'm going to try and have some success here. If I don't, I really apologize, but I'm sure I will have. So basically what you want to do is you want to prepare this area as if it is a seed bed. Okay, so I'm going to like loosen up the soil there, and like afterwards you don't want to disturb it too much, but okay, I'm going to prepare it there. Okay, I might actually add some compost that I've got left over to the soil there just to make it nice and fertile, so we give it a head start as well. Okay, so I've prepared it more or less like a garden bed. So I've loosened everything up. We'll get to the steps now. Just going to add 1 or 2 like spades of compost just to get some fertility in my soil. Okay, so it's getting a little bit dark now, but I hope you can see what's going on here. So I've just leveled it out, well, as good as I can, like right there. It's very level. You don't want to leave it too undulated, because obviously then you'll have to do a lot of leveling afterwards. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add these clippings, not too much. Don't want them to smother each other. We're going to add to that. And then I'm going to rake it around so it works a little bit into the soil, but not obviously like buried, but works into the top layer of soil, and then hopefully we can get some growth from that. Okay, so I've added the clippings here. I didn't want to tell you about another secret. It's obviously a lot easier to buy those sod next to the road. I mean, if you're in Joburg, you can get that anywhere. So you can get sod like all over. You can even chop it into blocks and plug them in here. But I just want to make a point that you do get free grass from your own grass. So let's see how it goes here. I'm going to work it into the soil right here. Okay, so boom, it is almost pitch dark, but I've worked all these clippings into the soil right here. It looks rather pleasing. It actually looks like a half a lawn. But in any case, okay, so I want to try and not trample onto this area right now, and I also want to keep it obviously moist, as you would do with seed. If you treat it like that, you'll probably have some success with it. However, the areas there in the corner, I haven't got too much hopes for, so I'll see how far I can lead this lawn towards the wall. The rest I'll just have to do garden beds with, but I'm pretty sure we'll have some success. Okay, and that is also, you can't do that with all grass types, so like Kikuyu is one of the exceptions that grows really easy. If you could scalp your lawn and get longer leaf blades, or even some of the roots, that'll be even better. Or some areas that's overgrown, are grown into beds, you can pull those like rhizomes and stolons out of the ground and also stick them in there. That'll give you a big advantage. Just in some areas they'll spread by themselves, but yes, so that's basically it, I think. And yeah, so let's hope for the best. I'll hold thumbs, fingers crossed, all of that. Let's see how good we can get that pot. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll keep you updated with the bare patches right there. Thank you to all the new subscribers. To the people who haven't subscribed, please click subscribe to see more of my content. I really appreciate you guys, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now. Bye bye.